Today we are reviewing Luxury versus Drugstore. And I'm not so sure the more expensive one is gonna win. Welcome back to Friday Face Off. Yes, it posted on Thursday in case you're an early bird and wants to come check it out soon. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Jody and I am 55. Think of me as your midlife beauty bestie because here we review it all. The good, the bad, and we work with what we have and we try to do it gracefully as we are going through this aging process together. And if you haven't seen a Friday Face Off before, you're missing out. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that you are alerted when a new video posts, because these videos we do a side-by-side comparison and wear test. Sometimes it's 8 hours, sometimes it's less if one product is really going downhill fast. There's no need to prolong the inevitable disaster. Today we're talking about mascaras. Now I've done a Friday Face Off on tubing mascaras. Thrive Cosmetics typically ranks right amongst the top in terms of tubing mascaras, but I know not all of you like a tubing mascara, and as we've gotten older, curled lashes, that's really what we're looking for. So we're gonna do a deep dive looking into the ingredients of both of these because I think you'll be surprised just how similar they are in terms of the formulation. Now, a few things to note. This sells for $14. This is Maybelline's Lash Sensational Body. This is Lancome's Curl Goddess. This one, small one, sells for $16. The full size of the Lancome, which is the same size as this one, sells for $30. I like the smaller one just because I wasn't sure if I was going to like this or not. But if you were looking at the same sizes, $14, $30. The reason I chose these two mascaras in the side-by-side comparison is because this is a new mascara by Maybelline and it says that it holds the curl for up to 24 hours. We're not going to test 24-hour curl, but I do want to see if we get any lift or curl out of both of these. Here's the brush on the Maybelline. They call this a body curve brush. It's not unlike the brush on the Lancome. It also has a curve to it, which you can see, and the bristles are of different lengths depending on the curve. So very similar in terms of the style of the brushes. The Maybelline Lash Sensational Body comes in 3 shades: black, blackest black, and brownish black. I have it in brownish black. The marketing with the Maybelline says that you will experience full body volume and sensational lift that lasts up to 24 hours. I have not curled my lashes today because I want to see if we get any curl from the design of this fancy brush. The Maybelline formula has kaolin, which is a clay. It absorbs oil and adds stiffness. It also contains silica. That's where you're gonna get some of that bulk, and it dries down. It also contains your classic stronghold film formers and fatty acids for structure and thickness. So translation, this formula sets a little firmer. It's a little less flexible, but more stay put power. That is pretty impressive after just one coat. One of the things I want to take a look at the 8-hour mark is, do either of these formulas transfer underneath our eyes? Because as we get older, we typically add more of a hydration under our eyes, whether that's in a moisturizer or a color corrector and a concealer. And so we tend to be a little bit more hydrated. And if you have a formula that's constantly touching this under eye area, you'll start to see a little bit of a darkening throughout the day, and that's just your mascara transferring underneath the eye. We spend so much time in the morning trying to correct that darkness that we don't want our mascara to transfer and fade underneath that area as the day goes on. So we are going to check that, but right off the bat, you guys, that is just one coat, and that is a really dramatic change. We are going to go in with a second coat of both of these mascaras because as you start to layer it, if you like a little bit more dramatic look, that's when the product starts to look a little clumpy. So I want to test and see if we get any clumpiness when we go from one coat to 2. The Lancome Lash Idole Curl Goddess says that it delivers 1.5 times lash boost and 800% volume. The marketing says that this formula was inspired by hairstyling technology. The fast setting formula rapidly locks in the curl without weighing down the lash. This mascara comes in black. Very similar application. We're going to go down to the root of the lashes, wiggle, and then pull up. This formula offers the same backbone polymers as the Maybelline. It has added copolymers for increased flexibility, and it has fewer oil-absorbing ingredients. Translation, it's a more elastic hold, less rigid, and a more comfortable feel. Well, that's a nice looking lash too. Well, we've applied both of these products. You can see how they look. We've done a little bit of a deep dive of the ingredients. It's important to know that the backbone of both formulas are nearly identical. They both use the same main wax, they use the same fatty acids, and they use similar polymers that are real curl holders. Essentially, both formulas are built to hold a curl. So the question is, which one will hold its curl longer? We'll find out in 8 hours, but Maybelline might have the slight edge because it contains silica. Silica increases stiffness. It's a slightly drier formula, which means it should hold the curl longer. It does offer less flexibility, which equals more structure or stability. So we're gonna go in for our second coat, and then we will do an 8-hour check-in to see not only do these mascaras transfer or not, but do they hold the curl? Because for those of us with more mature skin, I almost put Maybelline on the other one, that's a habit. Because as we get older, having that curl to our lash helps give us a more awake look. And you guys saw, I didn't even curl my lashes with an eyelash curler, which I haven't done my makeup without an eyelash curler in years. So if both of these mascaras can hold this curl, then wouldn't that be lovely? Neither one of these look clumpy after the second coat. So here's what the two mascaras look like upon application. Now, when I come back in 8 hours, we want to look for the same level of curl and if there's any transfer underneath our eyes. And here's what both of these mascaras look like after 10.5 hours. You guys, I'm really impressed with how both of these mascaras have held up, and knowing that one of them is under $17 is super, super exciting to me. Do these mascaras give long-lasting lift to the lashes? 100% they do. And they don't feel different from one another. The formula of the Maybelline should offer a little bit more of a stiff feel to it. It definitely adds a stiff lift in terms of how it lifted and how long it lifted, but I don't feel like, well, yeah, I guess the Maybelline feels a percent stiffer than this side. They both feel like they have a stiffness to them, but I'd have to say the Maybelline feels a little stiffer. I don't care about that because I don't walk around feeling them, and it's not annoying or anything like that. So just know that it does have a little bit of a stiffer formula, but they both held up equally as well. So what is the verdict here? Well, let's break it down this way. If your lashes drop easily, are straight, stubborn, or lose their lift by noon, winner for a long-lasting lift is the Maybelline side. If your lashes are dry or brittle, or you don't like a stiffer feel to your mascara, then the Lancome mascara might be your better choice. Sometimes luxury gives you elegance, but when it comes to a long-lasting lift, structure wins. And today, structure costs a lot less. Both of these products are sold in China, so these brands are not cruelty-free. But rest assured, I am now on the hunt for a cruelty-free mascara that gives us 10.5-hour lift without flaking or transferring. If you are interested in tubing mascaras, then I'll leave the tubing mascara Friday face-off right here for you. And be sure to mark your calendar for March 12th when we're doing our next live stream, and we're gonna do a spring tutorial look with some fun, vibrant spring colors. That does it for me today, you guys. I'll see you in just a couple days. Bye-bye.